We'll see whether or not you guys are actually live or not. I don't actually know. Let me get a screen region for this. I don't think I want to use the main screen region here until I fix it, really. Aside from that, that last bit was fine. And like I was saying, okay, I should probably address this. So I'm going to actually bring up Paint real quick so I can talk about this real quick. So as I said previously, like the YouTubers are quitting right now because of the income from it. So like imagine that YouTube is like this, right? Where this is, we're doing a chart. And so this is January. This is February. This is March. This is income made on YouTube. Right? So it's like January's here. Horrible handwriting because I'm doing it with a mouse. Feb. And then March. I don't know, whatever. But the thing is that this line actually works a little bit more like this. Come on now. This is April here. Press shift, thank you. And then the next 3 quarters, or the next quarter is like this. And until finally, the last 3 months of the year are like this. Right? Where December is this line, and then you're back to January again. The ad revenue goes up over the year, but is a lot higher in December than it is in January. In January, if you want to take a break or if you want to, like, I don't know, have like a couple weeks off, January is the month to do it. And that's why a lot of YouTubers take off in January. Because December is the month that you need to be busting your fucking ass to make money. Because the more videos you put out in December, the more money you make. Like, exponentially more money in December than January. So if you're gonna stop, right, you wouldn't want to stop in December. You would want to stop in January because it's like, why is the ad revenue lower? Because the companies that are buying ads kind of spent their load at the end of the quarter. The ads, like, you got Christmas happening, you got like all the winter holidays happening in December. It's also the end of the year, which means that there's like, you have this budget set aside for like ad stuff. And you usually have that per quarter as well. So you want to make sure that you spend all of it before the next quarter. But also, you want to spend all of the allocated ad revenue or ad money by the end of the year. So you spend all your money, like any money you have left over, you spend here. And then you've got Christmas happening. And then you might have like elections happening, which would change this a little bit because election months and stuff like that, those also bump it up. Specifically American ones. People are on holiday break. They can go and watch a movie. They can go do a thing. You got like Halloween in this mix as well. There's so much shit going on in this final quarter that if you're going to post YouTube videos, if you're going to do some sort of like big YouTube-a-thon or some sort of big event on your channel, you do it exactly here for maximum money, right? So if you've been doing this thing for a while, you're very aware of that. If you're like MatPat or something, you're super aware of this is the pattern. And so you just go, okay, I'll finish out this year. And then since January is essentially a bust anyway, that's the time to quit. So it's not like everyone's getting suddenly burned out. It's just they probably knew they were quitting by the end of the year. With Tom Scott, he knew he was quitting 10 years ago. But yeah, TLDR stonks is the reason. You know? It's there's nothing special going on behind the scenes. It's just stonks. Tom Scott has retired from YouTube, yeah. Tom Scott retired his weekly channel. Okay, fair enough. So like, yeah, this is why everyone's quitting now. It's not like it's not that like there's something going on that's weird behind the scenes. It's literally just this. This is the entire reason. And honestly, that's fine. I get that. Especially if you know in advance that that's what you're going to be doing. Germa retired from Twitch. People are also getting old. You know? I'm gonna get a better screen cap for you. I just wanted to make sure that I got... There we go. So it's not because the Illuminati is... Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna turn it down just a bit. Wish I could retire, same. I'm not doing that anytime soon. God willing. If it starts to be, like, monetarily not viable for me, then I'll have to. But we'll see. Hopefully moving up north will make things cheaper, too. We're seeing apartments that are full, like, $500 cheaper and shit. Anyway, we're playing video game now. How far north? We're going to Maine. Interact with left click. Oh, okay. Please sign the waiver. Sure. One live round, 2 blanks. Okay, that's how you're doing it with a shotgun. I insert the shells in an unknown order. Best chance that it won't kill me. Oh, shooting yourself with a blank skips the dealer's turn. So this is now... It's not a 50-50 shot. It's a... I think I shoot him now, based on the Monty Hall problem. Cool. It's not a 50-50. Well, yeah, because we already... Do I need to explain the Monty Hall problem to people? Please don't. I don't think I could do it justice. So, okay, here's the deal. You'd think, so that in the magazine right now, there's 2 more blanks and 2 more, like, active rounds. Hey, Brobold. Reminder that a point blank, blank will end you. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't recommend shooting yourself with a blank. I would assume that you would treat it as if the gun is loaded at all times. Okay, chat, imagine there's a goat that's rancid behind one of these doors, right? You don't want the goat. Yeah, that's the thing. I like how you made it rancid because you knew that chat would be super into, like, they want a goat. So it started off as a 3-2 split, right? You pick one out of the 3 doors, that's a 33% chance. No. No. You've opened the door, so you've changed it from a 33 to a 66% chance. It's better to change your door. Now, here, it's a 50-50, or it's not a 50-50. We've got... I think I'll shoot myself again. Okay, I'm wrong. Careful now. All right, so... yeah, that was the wrong choice. Rev wins! Let's make this a little more interesting. Sure. 2 items each. Okay. There was 1 blank and 1 loaded one at that point. Use MS Paint to explain. I don't know what these do. One live round, 1 blank. I mean, that one's a lot easier to figure. Check the current chamber. Dealer skips the next turn. I see. And he has the same situation. With the 50-50 with no knowledge, I'd rather just shoot him. Because either that works or it doesn't. If it doesn't, then he knows that it's in there, so he just, like, turns it on me at that point. Oh, okay. Well, it's empty now. Yeah, we knew this. Okay. God is dead. I want inscription to be a genre. Yeah. Alright, so because we don't know anything, turns don't change until the entire chamber is empty. I think I'm gonna handcuff him. And then fire, because it's a 50-50, so I don't know. Cool. Now, the number of possible shots that are in the gun went from 75% failure rate to 33% success rate. So 33% chance to succeed versus 66% chance to fail. I think I shoot myself here. Okay, I'm wrong. Oh, he was still handcuffed. Well, you know what's in it, man. Items are free before your turn. Yeah, he knows at this point. Three live, 2 blanks. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use this because this heals me 1. Cool. Yeah, I don't know why smoking heals you. Yeah, let's do this. What does that mean? I think that was a blank. Okay, so that was a blank. So now there's 3 live rounds and 1 failure round. It was just kind of hard to tell with the shading whether or not that was considered live or not. So because we opened it last time, we'd want to do this. I think that we handcuff him and then we just like open fire. He's still handcuffed, so there's no punishment for trying again. Oh, it's your turn now. Okay. So then he's gonna hit me here. Wait, we're done? I thought there was 1 more round. I don't know what the left and right. I guess it's just a way of... Okay. Oh, okay. It makes you cock around. Okay. Let's do a beer. Cool. So now we have more information about what's in it. So it's gone from a 50-50 where I should have shot him to... Oh, God. I can't do math. I shoot him now. I see. Should have handcuffed? I suppose so. Okay, I was gonna say. That's very bold. What? I don't understand this sold off, what it does in this context. Oh, fuck. It does more damage when it's sold off. Oh, okay. I'm fucked then. Yeah. You're lucky you left with that charge. Get up, Rev. The night's young. Okay, I didn't understand that part of the rule. I probably would have handcuffed him had I known that. Basically, when you get new information, according to the Monty Hall problem, you want to switch the target. He got a knife. That's important to note. Again, this either works or it doesn't. You have up to 6 HP. Oh, I should smoke then. Shouldn't it be his turn now? I assumed that my max health was 4. Let's see. No, it is 4. There was no reason to do that. I've already forgotten how many are in there. Two and 2. Yeah, that's actually pretty solid. My God, the Wombo combo. Yeah, he knows. All right. No, you're fine. You're fine. There's only that one shot in the thing, so. Yeah, I think it's later your HP goes up to 6. This is a blank. Three, 2. Okay. All right, we smoke a cigarette just so that way we don't die. All right, so it's 3-2, so odds are that I'm probably good to do it. That being said, I am gonna magnifying glass. Live, all right. We've gone for from a if I shoot again, he's still handcuffed, so he won't be able to do it. So it doesn't matter, actually. Okay, cool. Oh, well, I worked out anyway. The final showdown. No more defibrillators, no more blood transfusions. Now, me and you were dancing on the edge of life and death. I would assume that we were to begin with. Four items each. Okay. All right, it's 2 and 4, right? I don't have handcuffs. He's got magnifying glasses, so he'll have perfect information. I think it's better for me to shoot him right now. Yeah. So now the information has changed. He's got it, so he's gonna have to magnifying glass, else he'll fuck it up, I think. Yeah, there you go. And he's gonna do it correctly, whatever the answer is. It's a blank then. There are no blanks left. Okay, so it stops once we've gotten all the blanks out of the way. All right, I'm gonna use an item this time regardless if I need to. Oh my God, what the fuck? I didn't actually count that. Four and 4. Okay. Let's go hard. And then I shoot myself, right? All right, so he's not able to do anything. We'll check the thing again. It should be a blank, yep. So we eject the blank. I'm using up all my items, that way we can get more items in a minute. All right. Now then, we've done 1 and 1, so you'd think that it would be the same math as before, but we have new information because we've already used up 1. And that one's live, so we shoot him with it. This does give the gun to him with 2 live rounds, 3 blanks. The beer is the same as shooting yourself with a blank. I guess I shouldn't have used... Right, I should have just shot myself with the blank. I'm an idiot. So he knows it's... Wait. What? He's just doing the thing I did. It should only have 1 more blank. Yeah. Well, he did 2 damage and I've got 2 cigarettes, so there's no reason not to do this. Okay, so 2 live rounds have gone out. 2 empty rounds have gone out. That should mean that there's 2 in both at this point. Hey, Hopsy, thank you for the 83 months of support. How you doing? When you don't know what the situation is, you might as well open up on the dealer. But when you've got any information at all, it's better to just, you know, work off that information. 3 and 2. So it's better for me to shoot him because it's a... You know, just going to be a higher chance that it'll actually achieve what I want it to do. I think we handcuff him and then just go for it. All right. Now there's essentially 3 blanks and 2 goes. So that means I should probably shoot myself. Are you ready? For what? Okay, so there's no defibrillator anymore. Could have sold off, but I didn't have information there. I was going into it blind, so I didn't know what was going to happen or not. It's live. I mean, GG. Is he dead? Hey, gosh. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you understand, like, probability, this game gets a little dumb. I talked about this in my how to win it Among Us every time. Then stop understanding math. No. Absolutely not. Being a mathematician helps you win Buckshot Roulette. Here, hold on. How to win every round of Among Us Galaxy Brain Strat from 3 years ago. I'm gonna use this video I put out 3 years ago to explain it. This video is a little fucky because of the way I did this. I'll explain the fuck up in a second. How to win every round of Among Us. Step 1, find a public game. This is the hardest step, honestly. Step 2, pick a friend and a suspect. You have to pick these two people before the round begins. I'll explain what both of those terms. Yeah, here, hold on. Let me give you guys a link. Mean in a second. If you end up not being the imposter, we can move on to step 3. Follow your friend. You're not going to be doing tasks. You're going to be following your friend. Where they go, you go. You're going to keep them on screen at all times, ideally outside of kill range. Whatever the kill range is for your server, make sure you keep that in mind and stay outside of that range up until step 4. Wait until someone dies. The first thing you should do as soon as you're allowed to type anything into the discussion chat is to confirm the innocence of your friend. You were with them the whole time, you knew that they didn't kill anyone, so they are innocent. Congratulations, you now have narrowed down the suspects. The dead body is obviously not the traitor, and you are not the traitor, and the person you're following is not the traitor. So that means that there are 3 people that aren't the traitor anymore. Now I'm going to go on a tangent about probability. For this tangent, I'm going to need you to play a game with me. Here's how the game works. Okay, so my fuck up here is that this only works for about like 33% of people, and for the remaining, I don't know, 66% of people who played or did this, they didn't understand. So like probability wise, I fucked up. There are 3 doors. You're gonna pick one of them, and if you're right, I'll show you a picture of a cool cat. That's the game. It's kind of dumb. Anyway, pick one of the doors. All right. I'm gonna let chat pick one of the doors. 2? This is Monty Hall. Yes, I'm using the Monty Hall problem in order to win Among Us. And how I just did that bit we were just watching. Cool. Once you're locked in, I'm going to let you know right now that it's not door number 2. So if you... Sorry. If you pick door number 1 or door number 3, I'm going to give you an option right now to switch doors. Right, so here's... I guess it was only a 33% repeating chance of fucking up, because it's only the people who picked door number 2 that I fucked up on. So, like, we opened door number 2, and that was not the correct answer, right? So then we've got door number 1, door number 3. If you pick door number 1, you can switch to door number 3. And if you pick door number 3, I'll let you switch to door number 1. Here's your countdown to make your decision. All right, so who picked door number 1, for example? I said 3? All right, so of the people who said 1, are you still doing... So Sakio is still doing 1. Unless if you watch this video, you're probably losing. Same with the people who said 3 to begin with and aren't switching. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it was door number 3. So I'm going to show the cool cat now. Everyone else close your eyes if you did not get the correct door. If you picked... It was Abby! I forgot about that. Either door, did you switch? Because you should have. Because as soon as a door opens, annoyingly, the math changes completely. The reason I bring it up is because we're using the Monty Hall problem as a way of increasing our chances of survival. Before the round begins, everyone has a 10% chance of being the imposter if there are 10 people and 1 imposter. If you're not the imposter, that increases the chances that anyone else is the imposter, obviously. And whenever someone leaves and the game doesn't end, it increases the chances that other people are the imposter as well. Every single time you learn a little bit of information, a door essentially opens in this 10-door game of the Monty Hall problem. So what we're doing when we're picking a friend is essentially we're taking a 10% chance bet that we're not picking the imposter. Why do we have the suspect? Well, this only works also if you only have 1 murderer. The more murderers you have, the worse it gets. Literally, the suspect is for a very fringe scenario that I've never actually had come up, but if it does, it's incredibly helpful. If you somehow manage to get into a situation where no one has seen anyone do anything, and it's you, your friend, the suspect, and 1 other person, it is that other person 90% of the time. This will help you when you get into that situation where you have no idea who it is, but you have that exact setup somehow. That being said, step 5, always do this, and make sure you set a precedent of doing it. If you do it every single round, it's not weird behavior for you anymore. In fact, it's weird behavior for you to not be doing it. And everyone will just accept that you're doing it, and if you get killed, everyone will know who it is. Step 6. Sometimes you're wrong. There's a 10% chance that you've picked the wrong person to be your friend, and they'll just straight up murder you. Everyone will know in that situation who did it because you always do that. You always follow people. However, while you wait for someone to find your body, step 7. Tasks are for dead people. You still gotta do tasks, but electrical is scary, and there's no reason to actually put yourself in that threat. Sure, if you get a chance while you're alive to do a task because you're following someone and they happen to have a task in the same room as you, then sure, do it, but your tasks always come last, up until you die, in which case you need to speed run them as fast as possible. But what do you do if you're the imposter, I hear you ask? Well, step 1, follow your friend. You're gonna not break your norms that you've set up. If you've done this right, you have already done a few rounds where you followed people. People just accept that about you. Follow your friend. Step 2, never, ever, ever kill your friend. If you kill your friend, you are suspicious because everyone knows that you were with them. Why didn't you report the body? It works both ways. Therefore, in order to win, step 3, cause chaos. The best way of doing this is to turn off the lights. For the short amount of time that they can't see you, you should be able to kill someone and then re-enter their line of sight. Step 4, as soon as the body is discovered, clear both you and your friend. If you do this correctly, they will confirm that you were with them the whole time, because they couldn't see you but you could see them, and you can confirm that you were with them the whole time, which clears both of you incorrectly. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. Big shout out to Luigi Guy for setting up the little custom mod that changes what the guys Thank you,
like.
Luigi Guy.
Doesn't do anything to the game, but it makes me look like me, so that's cool. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and sub, I guess. Most of the time, this is not the style of content I make.
That's the Monty Hall problem. I don't know if I explained it well there. The probability actually does change. Did that make sense, or did I just, like, make it even more confusing by adding Among Us? Like, the only bit that actually mattered was that first bit. I understand the Monty Hall problem, but I think it's fucking stupid and evil. Agreed. It was close enough to a right explanation. The main issue is for the people who picked door number 2. This attack train is right. It relies on people acting logically, hence why randomness is in the game theory's worst foe. Yeah. This is a game theory thing for surezies. Like, the one issue with this is this assumes that people don't just randomly vote for you, you know? You set up the custom dudes for this, and at the end of the video I throw in a thank you for you. Also, this animation took for fucking ever to do.
people and one imposter. If you're not the imposter, that increases the chances that anyone else is the imposter, obviously. And whenever someone leaves and the game doesn't end, it increases the chances that other people are the imposter as well. Every single time you learn
Basic. Does this make sense? I hope it does. Anyway, that made that game real trivial. If you understand the Monty Hall problem, that game is just silly. Please update your uBlock origin. I will do that later. This is on Chrome, so I don't have a thing. Did I imagine this, or did someone correct you on the math? No one corrected me on the math. Yeah, I love how you've contrived a Monty Hall problem out of Among Us as a backup strat. The main issue is the bit right here, that there's a 33% chance of me, like, basically 33% of people got the wrong door by picking a 2. On one hand, it's 1 out of 3, but on the other hand, it's still a 50-50. Right, it's not, though. That's the thing, is you would think that by removing door number 2 that this goes to a 50-50. But it's still... The math is actually that there are 2 doors that are empty now. You know one of them, right? I could have abstracted it a bit by saying don't pick door 2. Yeah, that's the main thing. The denominator doesn't change unless if the sample is reshuffled. So when they show you that the door is empty and then they shuffle, then it changes everything. It becomes a 50-50, but the door you picked is only 33% confident because you picked... Let's say you picked door number 1. You picked that when you had only a 33% chance of understanding which way it's going to go. You're super likely to pick the wrong door. But now we have it as a 50-50. So when you were originally picking, you picked with a 33% chance of being correct. If you switch, you've changed the math to be a 50-50. So if you stick with what you had, you're still going with the evidence of a 33% chance of being correct. But if you switch, you've changed your probability from 33 to 50-50. So it's always best to switch on this occasion. It's always 50-50. Either you get a... It's different, though. It's different because of what you selected initially. I'm feigning ignorance. Right. No, I actually, this is ground into my brain because I did this at a probability teacher when I was going to UT. It was an auditorium style class, right? And he did the Monty Hall problem. And I raised my hand and I was like, no, I'll keep with my door. And he's like, all right, but if you do that and you're wrong, you gotta give me a donut. Got it wrong. Because of course I did. Can you explain this but with 100 doors? Sure. Let's open up Tabletop Sim. Extending the doors makes it different, right? Okay. Red is bad, green is good. Why does this TTS menu look so bootleg? I don't know. It just does. 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I can actually use a bag for this. All right, so we've got one green pawn in here, but there's 100 pawns in there. I've shuffled it now, so there's no way to know what the next one is. This is closer to what we were just doing. What are the odds of me getting the correct answer from picking? I guess I really should do this differently, but whatever. It's almost always not going to be the right answer, right? So what if we just bring it down to... Yeah, there we go. So I guess I really need to do it with like pawns in a spot. Buckshot Roulette is over because it was too easy. Let's do it 10 pawns. That'd be just fine. All right, let's say that these are the doors and we have perfect information. So let's say we've picked this pawn, right? That's our pawn that we've picked for the sake of this example. Imagine that we don't actually know the interest or the knowledge, right? And I go and I open the door for you and you see that this is the pawn. Do you switch now? Yes, you do, because when you originally picked, you had a 10% chance of picking the right door. But now you have a 1 in 9 chance of getting it right. So it's better to switch. It's just, and like, let's say we open all but 2 doors. Now you've gone from a 10% chance of getting it right. And it's like, this is the one you've picked, right? If you switch, your original reasoning kind of follows you, yeah. Step 1, guess a door. Step 2, the presenter opens all the doors except for the right door. Then you switch. You always switch. You just picked wrong to begin with. Because you picked with a 10% chance of being right, as opposed to going to a 50-50. What if you originally had 3 and switched? Right, okay, so let's say that we've picked this one. And he opens this one and he goes, it's one of these 2. Like, you only have a 33% chance of getting it right in the first place. A better example would be deal or no deal with 50 briefcases. Deal or no deal is the same thing. Deal or no deal is the exact same. It's Monty Hall again. The probability of your original choice being correct stays the same regardless of how many doors you open. However, the odds will have changed based on, like, whatever the thing. The 50 cases have a whole... We're too stupid to understand your argument. Okay. Would you rather have a 33% chance of being right or a 50% chance of being right? That's basically what I'm saying. Right. You'd rather have a 50% chance. So when you're originally picking, you're picking a 1 in 3 chance of being correct. Could you explain it with charades? Yeah, sure. So, like... Did that work? Do you understand now? Okay, good. Probability is dark magic. Like it's fucking, it breaks my brain, and I think I did it wrong initially when I was explaining it there a little bit. But yeah, the probability changes because you learned new information. Anyway, I guess we should play something else now. I have a BS in statistics, and this problem still doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. Yeah, no, I have a BS in psychology and a bachelor, or no, I have an associate's in psychology and a bachelor's in art, fine art. And yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's still, you have a chance of being wrong. You just increase your odds of not being wrong. But if I choose to keep the first door I chose, I still have a 50% chance. No, because you picked that with the chance of one of those doors being wrong to begin with. You had less information. You pretty much guaranteed pick wrong in the first place. Because when you originally picked, you only had a 33% chance of getting it right and a 66% chance of getting it wrong. Right? So you're going from a 66% chance of being wrong to a 50% chance of being wrong. You're almost... Can I post a link to a 5-minute probability video that will probably cause chat to mind break? Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second. There you go. It's TED Ed, yeah. Some of these puzzles are bullshit when they do them.
Your favorite band is great at playing music, but not so great at being organized. They keep misplacing their instruments on tour, and it's driving their manager mad. On the day of the big concert, the band wakes up to find themselves tied up in a windowless, soundproof practice room.
The fuck?
Their manager explains what's happening. Outside, there are 10 large boxes. Each contains one of your instruments. But don't be fooled by the pictures. They've been randomly placed.
Thank you, Luigi guy.
I'm going to let you out one at a time. While you're outside, you can look inside any 5 boxes before security takes you back to the tour bus. You can't touch the instruments or in any way communicate what you find to the others. No marking the boxes, shouting, nothing. If each one of you can
It makes sense with a chart, yeah.
Find your own instrument, then you can play tonight. Otherwise, the label is dropping you. You have 3 minutes to think about it before we
Yeah,
start.
it is 66 instead of 50%, right?
Despair. After all,
Also, her
each
tits are
musician
wild.
only has a 50% chance of finding their instrument by picking 5 random boxes. And the chances that all 10 will succeed are even lower, just 1 in 1,024. But suddenly, the drummer comes up with a valid strategy.
This is the fakest part. The drummer would not come up with this strategy. This is absolutely not drummer energy. The drummer doesn't even know to have a pickup so he can get his drum set to the fucking gig. Okay? This is fake as fuck. But anyway.
That has a better than 35% chance of working.
Also, what kind of fucking nerd did you hire as a drummer who says, while chained up, like, I have a better than 35% chance of getting the answer right?
Can you figure out what it was? Here's what the drummer said. Everyone first open the box with the picture of your instrument. If your instrument is inside, you're done. Otherwise, Look at whatever's in there and then open the box with that picture on it. Keep going that way until you find your instrument. The bandmates are skeptical, but amazingly enough, they all find what they need, and a few hours later, they're playing to thousands of adoring fans. So why did the drummer's strategy work? Each musician follows a linked sequence that starts with the box whose outside matches their instrument and ends with the box actually containing it. Note that if they kept going, that would lead them back to the start, so this is a loop. For example, if the boxes are arranged like so, the singer would open the first box to find the drums, go to the 8th box to find the bass, and find her microphone in the 3rd box.
I don't know if this is helping,
which would go
chat.
back to the first. This works much better than random guessing, because by starting with the box with a picture of their instrument, each musician restricts their search to the loop that contains their instrument. And there are decent odds, about 35%, that all of the loops will be of length 5 or less. How do we calculate those odds? For the sake of simplicity, we'll demonstrate with a simplified case. 4 instruments.
Yeah, this is kind of a
And
different
2
thing, I'll
guesses
be
allowed
honest.
for each musician. Let's start by finding the odds of failure.
It's more just like probability sucks ass is the correct answer.
Instrument. There are 6 distinct 4-box loops. One fun way to count them is to make a square.
Fun. We're having fun right now.
Put an instrument at each corner and draw the diagonals. See how many unique loops you can find. And keep in mind that these two are considered the same. They just start at different points. These two, however, are different. We can visualize the 8 distinct 3-box loops using triangles. You'll find 4 possible triangles depending on which instrument you leave out, and 2 distinct paths on
Going from 1 in 1024 to 35% is, yeah. Making hypothetical problems harder is fun. Yeah, a lot of these problems that TED Ed does is just like, here's this incredibly bizarre situation that will never happen, but here's the solution to it, which is really not the point of the video, but I always find that's a bit I get hung up on.
each. So of the 24 possible combinations of boxes, there are 14 that lead to failure and 10 that result in success. That computational strategy works for any even number of musicians, but if you want a shortcut, it generalizes to a handy equation. Plug in 10
Yeah, I think the real answer is as soon as you're allowed out of the room, you straight up murder your manager.
and we get odds of about 35%. What if there were 1,000 musicians? 1,000,000. As n increases,
That's just awful for everyone involved. That's just a Slipknot concert after a while.
the odds approach about 30%. Not a guarantee, but with a bit of musician's luck, it's far from hopeless. Hi, everybody. If you liked this riddle, try solving these two.
No. No. A lot of these I have to watch and have them explain and go, oh, fuck, you're right, aren't you? Because I was not good at probability. It's part of what kept me from doing social work, because I had a probability class with a teacher that did not know how to explain shit. The wild part is it scales up, so even with 100 people, it goes down to 33%. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, probability doesn't make any sense, but it does. You, for some reason, need to know how to do probability to be a social worker. Like, it doesn't make any intuitive sense, but it does make sense when it comes down to, like, yeah. Yeah. All right, well, now what? Game theory is fun. Check Steam. Capitalism and Economy Fest. I assume that that's not what you've sent. New unread chat message. Oh. How the fuck do you just have a I just want to read what they said. There we go. Want to play? Oh, that was someone like, oh. Someone asked if I wanted to play like months or like a few weeks ago. Would you like a visual novel? I don't know as if I really need a visual novel right now. But I had fun nerding out about probability there for a second. I do this anytime I like think about Warhammer, by the way. Get Puzzle Agent. I think Ego did try and gift it to me. It's just not going through. I'm actually not that great with puzzles. I'm only good with certain kinds of puzzles. Like, certain kinds of puzzles just fuck with my brain. 999 is way better. I played through that. Like, Zero Escape, like, if I have to count how many sides a fucking, like, shape has, if it has 8, I will, like, just not know the answer. But if you want me to explain the Monty Hall problem in the dumbest, not correct way possible, I can do that as well. Final boss is Sudoku. Sudoku is fun. Like, this is what I was talking about. Like, you can also use the Monty Hall problem, or at least like probability, to get better at card games and card counting. Card counting essentially is like a simplified version of that. Sudoku streams. Do you guys actually want to see Sudoku? Yeah, Sudoku actually has no math, unless if you count counting from 1 to 9 as math. I was joking, but sure. I have Undertale and Deltarune. I've played both. Can we get Rat69 pregnant, RimWorld? Are we done already? Well, I mean, with that game, yeah. I would prefer something with more murder. Honestly, yes. You do not want to see Yu-Gi-Oh! Ratio math. If you have a 60-card deck and you draw a card, you've reduced the number of cards in your deck to 59. The more card draws that you have, the better chance that you will actually get to your card. It might be in your email. Yes, it is. Accept GIF. You have 3 apples. Angelica has 24 apples. When will the train arrive in Nantucket? Best wishes, Ego. Thank you, Ego. Open link. Now what? Activating your gift. Declick the playable. Oh yeah, it should be recent instead of playable, right? Not even? All right. Is this alphabetical? What's it called again? Puzzle Agent. I have Puzzler World. Complete the activation of your browser instead. Sure. Oh, I'd have to log into Steam. It's not going to work. Is it in your Steam inventory? God knows, man. Inventory. Gifts? Restart Steam. I mean, thank you, Ego. I'm sorry it's not working. Yeah, let me exit Steam and come back. See if that helps. This feels like the Steam servers are doing something dumb, yeah. Library. I think it's just not working right now. Let's pending gifts? Where is pending gifts? Ah. There it is. Accept. Add to my library. Thank fuck. I was feeling real bad about that. Here's the unfortunate part. I'm dumb as shit. I've just memorized random facts. This is gonna be hard. We did it, guys. I can't even fucking get a game to work on Steam. Like, you think I can solve puzzles? I guess I should probably stop and restart stream for people on YouTube as well. I always worry about playing puzzle games as well because chat likes to be correct rather than let me have a chance to actually solve puzzles. So there's that. All right, let's check and see. All right, YouTube people, let me know when you hear this. I actually have avoided a lot of puzzle games because of that. Okay, cool. I'm gonna restart on YouTube.